Germany was the first country in the world to adopt Daylight Saving Time, DST, also known as summer time. This occurred in 1916 in the midst of WWI and was put in place to conserve energy. The capital of Berlin has more bridges than Venice. Berlin boasts 960 bridges and 59.8 square kilometers of water consisting of lakes and around 180 kilometers of navigable waterways. Combined with its surrounding state Brandenburg, it houses Europe's largest inland water network. Prison escape is not punishable by law in Germany. German law maintains that it's a basic human instinct to be free and therefore, prisoners have the right to escape jail. Escapes, however, rarely go unpunished because prisoners are held liable if they cause damage to property or inflict bodily harm against any individual upon their breakout. It's illegal to run out of fuel in the German Autobahn, although not forbidden. Motorists are only allowed to stop in the legendary highway for emergencies, and having an empty tank of gas is not. Drivers can be fined and also have their licenses suspended for up to 6 months. Walking or running in the highway system is also illegal and is punishable by a fine of around €90. Germany has legal say on what babies can be named. German law ban names that don't denote a gender or use a family name as a first name. In 2014, the most popular children's names were Sophie for a girl and Maximilian for a boy. Fanta originated in Germany as a result of the Second World War, due to a trade embargo that prevented importing Coca-Cola syrup into Germany. The head of Coca-Cola in the country decided to create a domestic product for the market using available leftover products like whey and apple pomace. It's the second oldest brand of the Coca-Cola company and its second most popular drink outside of the United States. It's consumed 130 million times every day around the world. College education in Germany is free even for internationals. Tuition fees for bachelor's degrees in public universities was abolished in 2014 due to politicians thinking that having to pay for higher education is socially unjust. Over 800 million currywurst are eaten in Germany each year. Currywurst is a sausage served with a spicy sauce, and is a street food that has become a cult classic in Germany. About 7 million currywurst are eaten in Berlin alone. There's even a museum in Berlin dedicated to the popular snack. Germany was once a cluster of small kingdoms, duchies, and principalities, which were unified as the German Reich, Deutsches Reich, in 1871. Later it became the Weimar Republic, the Third Reich, National Socialism, and in 1949 the nation divided into the Soviet-supported East Germany, German Democratic Republic, and the Democratic West Germany, Federal Republic of Germany. On October 3, 1990, East and West were reunited. German remains the language with the most native speakers in Europe. Besides Germany having the largest population in the EU, the German language was once the lingua franca of Central, Eastern, and Northern Europe. Germany's capital center has shifted 7 times. These cities have all at one time or another been capitals of modern-day German territory: Aachen, during the Carolingian Empire, Regensburg, Frankfurt am Main, Nuremberg, Berlin, Weimar, unofficially, during unrest in Berlin, Bonn, and East Berlin, and, since 1990, Berlin again. Germany is sometimes known as the land of poets and thinkers, or Das Land der Dichter und Denker. Bach, Beethoven, and Goethe were all German, alongside composers Handel, Schumann, Mendelssohn, Brahms, Wagner, and R. Strauss. Some of the world's greatest German philosophers include Kant, Hegel, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, and Heidegger. Munich is the second most punctual large airport in the world. Out of the category of large airports, only Tokyo is more punctual, according to an OAG report. Germany boasts some of world's most famous inventions. You can thank the Germans for the light bulb, the automated calculator, and the automobile. That's not all. The Germans are also credited for the discovery of insulin, the invention of the clarinet, the pocket watch, television, partly, paraffin, petrol/gasoline and diesel engines, the automobile engine, differential gear, and other important devices, the motorcycle, the jet engine, the LCD screen and the Walkman. Germany has the largest population in the EU, but it's in decline. The population of Germany is around 80.9 million, with 3.4 million people living in the capital Berlin. Yet 2 out of 5 households are single-person households. Germany also has one of the lowest birth rates in the world, and the government expects the population to drop to 67 million by 2060. On average, German women give birth to their first child at 29 years old and statistically have 1.4 children, with about a third being single mothers. Germany is the second most popular expat destination in the world. The country was ranked as number 2 by both the OECD and the Migration Policy Institute. Most immigrants are from Europe, with the top 3 foreign nationalities being Turkish, Polish and Italian. The immigrant workforce helps cushion the effects of Germany's low birth rate, rising life expectancy and aging society. The UN predicts the number of Germans in the workplace will fall to 54% by 2030. Germany is rated highly as a place to grow old. Life expectancy in Germany is almost 81 years, 1 year higher than the OECD average, 83 for women and 78 for men, and just over 26% of the population is currently over 60. Germany is a good place to retire. It ranks 4th, out of 96 countries, in the Global Age Watch Index 2015 for well-being amongst the elderly. Berlin's Zoologischer Garten is the largest zoo in the world. Germany also boasts more than 400 registered zoos, including zoological gardens, wildlife parks, aquariums, bird parks, animal reserves, or safari parks. Total, Germany has nearly 700 facilities. Germany's education system produces top performers. Students score higher than average on the OECD's PISA scale, and 86% of adults aged 25 to 64 have completed at least upper secondary education, equivalent of a high school diploma. That's well above the EU average of 74.2%. Germany has high levels of employment. In 2016, more than half of people aged 15 to 64 had a paid job, 43.3% people, and unemployment dipped to a record low of 4.2%. Youth unemployment was also one of the lowest in the EU at 7.7%. Men are primarily in full-time work, while women, especially those with preschool children, often work part-time. However, Germany only adopted a minimum wage in 2015 for the first time. Germany is the EU's largest economy, with a gross domestic product, GDP, of 3.49 trillion euros, 3.84 trillion US dollars, and lies 4th place in the world behind the US, China and Japan. German small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, account for around 52% of Germany's entire economic output. These middle-stand, SMEs, employ some 14 million workers. 99% of German companies are SMEs and 4 out of every 5 trainees go on to work for them.